to Wantage, David Johnston.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. And here in Wantage, I can in fact hear cows mooing from where I sit speaking to you. So this is very relevant to my constituency. Starting with imports, it's fair to say that right the way across Wantage and Didcot, we have first-rate farming, Brimstone Farm in the west of the constituency being just one example. The food, the environment, the agricultural, the welfare standards are extremely high. And it's fair to say that a number of my farmers would like to see me support some of the amendments this afternoon, particularly New Clause 1 and New Clause 2. And I've thought hard about that and felt pulled in the direction. But in the end, I've decided not to, because even if it provided a short-term help, and I'm not sure it would, even if it was compatible with WTO rules, and I'm not sure it is, I don't think in the long term it would help our exports for the great farmers we have here and all the way across the country. One point on food security, though, and the 5-year requirement to report on that is that whilst that's a minimum requirement, I do hope that we will hear about food security a lot more regularly than that. Turning to public money for public goods, this is one of the most exciting pieces of this legislation, and in fact makes it one of the most exciting pieces of legislation in my judgment. The fact that we will be entirely changing the system of paying farmers and be able to do so in a way that helps protect our environment. Farmers are the natural custodians for our environment, and being able to support them to improve our air quality, our soil quality, our water quality, our biodiversity is a hugely welcome development. Maybe, just maybe, it might help to reverse the average age of farmers, which we know at the moment is at 60, and they find it very difficult to persuade their children and grandchildren to take it on. Maybe this is a step that might help to encourage others to maintain the land for these great purposes that support our efforts on climate change. In the future, some people may try to minimize the food production aspect of that. I hope that doesn't happen, because that should not be seen in contrast to the efforts on the environment. These are mutually beneficial things that we can do together with this new bill. And thirdly, turning to exports, I was one of the people who voted to leave the European Union and was then surprised to be told that that meant that I believed in a closed society rather than an open one. On the contrary, I wanted an open society and one that was open to more than just the EU. I'd like to see British products in countries all around the world, and I hope we'll do everything we can to ensure that. I do think there's an opportunity on food labelling at the end of the transition period, so that we can clearly define and consistently apply food labelling that demonstrates and signals to the world how high the standards that we have here in this country are. And I also think there's undoubtedly more we can do to promote our exports. We have the Food is Great campaign. I hope we turbo boost that in the coming years. But my last comment is just to make sure that we remember the small farms in this, because this is a tremendous opportunity for our farms here. And I hope that we will support them with their contracts, with the promoting of their goods, so that they too can benefit from this groundbreaking legislation.